Howdy Friday, everybody. Here I am at the table of inspiration. But also, there's a weird squeak in my chair. Can you hear that? I feel like a plush toy. Okay, so I've been on a trip down south for a few days just for visiting and pleasantness, but I wanted to show you guys before we get into anything else. Now, I know I talked about last week about Instagram. We're not going to go as in-depth as I would like because I need to figure out how to get pictures integrated into the video, because the video, when I hold things up like that, it's hard to do, and you guys really need to go over to Instagram. It is awesome. I love it so much. So, but we'll talk about it a little bit. And we're going to keep this one shorter, right? Right. We've got all our goodies laid out. I'll post the picture of my little setup that I get together so I can do a little show and tell with you all. I've got my nice tea. This is my, ooh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Lady Grey. If you guys, it's from Twinings, the Earl Grey. This is Lady Grey. It's one of my very, very favorites. Oh, I forgot to bring you a tea bag to show you, but I'll post a picture of that too. It's a little lighter. It's got a little fruity, sort of an orange, kind of back of your throat, tasty thing. I just love it. So I have a little tea going and all our little toys, and I want to talk about some of the things I found in a junk shop down in where I went. So, first of all, I always look at the books. You know how I feel about books. I found A Stitch in Time Heirloom Knitting Skills by Rita Taylor. This looks fairly recent, but I got it for 50 cents, 25 cents. I don't know. It's so low, I just didn't mind at all. What caught my eye was Heirloom Knitting Skills. It has projects, easy projects to do with each new knitting thing that you can learn. Like here's chapter 2, Twisted Stitches. And it tells you how to get and do certain techniques. Lots of really good pictures. I need pictures. And then it helps you incorporate into, oh, this is funny. Look at this picture. Granny sitting there knitting. But it helps you to learn new techniques, and then you can make your own things. See the back? All kinds of nice stuff. So I call this a real win. I'm not very good at knitting yet, but I love to knit, and I love yarn crafts. I'm a crocheter. I'm really looking forward to breaking into this at some point. And of course, I dug in their fabrics. Now, fabrics in junk stores, thrift stores, I guess you call them, they hide. They hide under the names of napkins, tablecloths, sheets, and various placemats. I even got placemats, you guys. Do I have them up here? I bought, and this was very clever of my mother. She said, get these placemats because they have lace around the outside. Oh, here they are. I got one thing that was really hideous, but it had this beautiful eyelet. And it's even, it's kind of aged. It's a nice word for it. I'll probably hand wash it in a little Woolite and let it air dry and steam it. But this is going to be wonderful. Oh, am I holding up too high? This is going to be wonderful as trim for a little dress or some knickerbockers or something like that. Then I got these. You may like them, but they're hideous to me. These are placemats, old lady placemats. But see the little lace edging? I've already pulled it off, a few of them. I kind of found the way, how to zip do it, where you find the one string that's like the key to the universe and you pull it and the whole thing unravels. So that it turns out it's not going to be the chore I was afraid it was going to be. But to buy this in a fabric store, crazy. I got all 4 of these for $1, maybe. I can throw this part away if I wanted to, and I do. I did weirdly try to undo it, but it wasn't worth it, and it's ugly. But I got all this lovely trimming. I got linen, $1.50, and I got these, oh no, not even, 11 napkins for $1.10, linen napkins, and they are this beautiful blue, and you know how I am about linen. Oh, it's so soft and lovely. This, I think, are 3 napkins for 30 cents, or maybe they're placemats. I haven't even unraveled them yet. And they're so horrible. They're cute. See, it's very vintage looking. This is going to be fun. I love this dark purple color with this green. And even this trim I could probably use. This is a pillowcase. Oh, we can do something with that. This is just a nice, plain, almost a homespun, but it's not, feeling plaid. This would be precious on a raggedy with some red accents or some dark green accents. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I feel like I have such a treasure trove. And this is a homemade tablecloth. But look, I love this. And it's even kind of faded a little bit, and it's just good old cotton. Just plain, straight up, no stretch, no frills. Cotton. I love cotton. It does what it's told at the sewing machine and the hand stitching. I love it. And again, it's just this faded kind of homey, you know me, I like that homey, frumpy kind of little house on the prairie kind of thing going on. So we'll put that down there. I also found this. These, why are these so hard to find? And when you do, why do people charge so much for them? Now, it's got a little bit of a problem. It opens too far. Something's missing right here. But when I turned it upside down to check out this little thing here, this little thing, I got a free tapestry needle. Yay! It just, was down in a crack somewhere. So it's like getting, the toy at the bottom of the Captain Crunch box. Or really, it's more like getting a toy at the bottom of the Wheaties box, because Wheaties never claims to have a toy, and it's like the biggest surprise ever. And here's what I'm working on. Oh, love it. I don't know, did I show this already? She's so cute. Figured out an overlap way for her bloomers so her pretty little tail can hang out. I'm still working on her dress. Had a lot of things come up lately, which is putting off this project. You can see her little horn. I'm sorry I'm so spastic. I just throw things around. This is why I need to master integrating still photos into my video. But more about that later. And this girl is still unfinished, bless her heart. I've given her a little pinned on moo-moo so she won't feel so naked to the world. One more thing that I want to talk about is Instagram and how great it is. If you've been a little shy of it, you guys probably know all about it, and I'm always the last one to the party. But it is so great because it is so impersonal. I have learned so many things on there from other stitchers. They put little brief videos, kind of sped up videos. I see techniques from other designers and just darling things and people's dogs and hedgehogs and pets of all kinds. And they're just birds. I love it so much. But I think one of the things I like best about it is that it's impersonal. Facebook is great, but you're very aware of who your friends are and if somebody unfriended you. Okay, y'all, don't unfriend people. That is so rude. You can block them, you can limit what they see, or you could just kind of be a little more generic about what you post. I've had to do that because I didn't even unfriend my ex-husband. I know for some of you that seems really weird. Not that I think he's great or anything, but it's not my job to punish him. goodness knows he's been punished enough since the divorce. But there's no reason to be ugly about things. We've got Easter. Oh, Easter is so much fun because people are putting up pictures of bunnies and rabbits and little chicks and the cutest things you can imagine as far as getting their Easter baskets ready for their children. I love it. And that's about all I have to say. Like I said, I wanted to keep it brief today, but the weather is beautiful. The redbuds are blooming like madness here in Tennessee. They are so beautiful. I saw a lot of dogwoods blooming a little further around Atlanta. The dogwoods are taking over. I love dogwoods. They are just my favorite tree. Maybe. I don't know. I really love trees. Those guys are going nuts. I'm wondering where they are here. I hope that freeze didn't kill them. Oh, and a little bit of plant talk. I love plants, and every spring I think I want to grow something, and I never do because big conflict. I don't like being outside. It's a thing. If it's temperate, I love being outside. Actually, I love trees and forests. You know, I'm a Tennessee girl, but it's very hot outside, and I sweat, and I'm kind of having a sweat issue these days anyway. And there are lots of bugs out there. And in Tennessee, we love our forests, but they come along with what locally we call chiggers, which are tiny little ticks that get on you just by brushing up against some plant along the trail. And honey, they will eat you alive. They will devour your flesh, drink all your blood, and make you itch like you're losing your mind. But that's kind of the price you have to pay if you want to enjoy nature. So I try to bring nature in and summarily kill everything that I try to bring in. But I have a new plant. I will introduce him to you. I call him, oh, isn't he pretty? I know, he's so pretty. His name is Plantman. I call him Plantman. Because we don't want to get too precious. He's a philodendron. A lot of people will say, oh, you should call him Phil, but Plantman thinks that's quite pedestrian. I offered that option to him, and he wasn't interested in the least. Later today, when it warms up, I'll probably take him outside so he can get some air. If you can't grow anything, philodendrons are great. They don't need direct sunlight. They can hang out in the... They like it bright, but they don't want it directly from the sun. So that's nice. You don't have to water them all the time. In fact, I read a thing just to brush up on my plant killing that the top of the soil needs to get at least dry down to an inch before they even need water. So they're fairly hardy. I've had them in the past, and they hang on no matter how much abuse you give them. That's great. So we'll see how Plantman does in the weeks coming. Until then, get yourself a nice teapot. Brew yourself some tea. Oh, I love my tea. You know they have the big round top teacups, and I think it's so you can just, you can smell that yummy greatness. I put a little cream in mine. I know that sounds weird, but and I am going to start working on her dress. I'm going to be using this fabulous purple gingham. Is that gingham, y'all? With an accent of floral. Oh. And she's got a sister I have to make. Again, by Easter, which won't be a big deal if I can just get to it. And have a great weekend, you guys. Have a great week. Counting down to Easter. Yay! And after that is Mother's Day. All right. Love to the moms. Love to the bunnies. And I will see you guys next week. Oh, look. I'm trying to find my little clicker. And I'll see you guys next week.